Okay, we ready?
Ready. Karen?
Ready.
Well, welcome back to Laugh Out Loud with Dave and JJ. And, man, it's been a while. What's going on?
It's been a rough 2 weeks. I figured that I've thrown the sequence off because we've been pretty busy and haven't done the LOL. I've missed 2 weeks, so we're going back to, what's a normal schedule. We do LOL, all the normal things. Just like any professional athlete, when things are going bad, you go back to when things were going good. So you put your lucky underwear on, you put your sock on a certain way.
Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around.
You're listening to Laugh Out Loud with Dave and JJ.
Back here where we need you. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
But no, it's been a rough couple weeks. We went to Richmond, thought we had a very good shot. It's not a racetrack. It's not my favorite racetrack, but obviously it's not a racetrack that I hate going to. And we struggled as soon as we unloaded off the trailer. We wholesaled the setup twice and still never really made any substantial gains. I know that Tony Furr was pretty baffled with why we were so bad. And that particular week was a week that we used a different pull-down machine when he was doing the setup, and found that some of the calibrations were off once we got back to the shop after the Richmond weekend. So, at least we were able to find something. But, at the end of the day, we still missed a race. It was a race that we wouldn't run the entire race and could have come away with some decent points and kept ourselves in the hunt for trying to get in the top 35 in points. But obviously that didn't work out to our advantage at all. And then this past weekend at Talladega, we took a different race car than what we ran in Daytona in the February. And again, it looked like we had a shot of making the race. That race in particular, once you qualify in, all cars are equaled, pretty much in the draft. And, looked like we had enough speed through practice over some of our competitors. And we really just didn't pick up as much as we needed to when it came time for qualifying. And, I thought that the car might have got a little bit hot. There's a little bit of calibration error between the gauges, what they were reading, and what the engine actually was reading. We didn't pick up as much as everyone else did, and it was very disappointing. I know that Tony and the guys work extra hard on all the little tiny details that that are usually good for a tenth, maybe a tenth and a half. Yeah. And we needed 700ths more of a second to at least make it in the race. I mean, we're still a half a second from where we need to be, and I think we attribute a lot of the problems we had at Talladega to the engine, and it's not the engine builder's fault. But, it's kind of a late notice. It wasn't a restrictor plate style engine. The configuration needs to be changed completely. And I think after this past weekend, it's become evident that, we can't put a Band-Aid on something and get away with it, especially not in the Cup Series. So, I've been told that when Daytona rolls around in July, we will have a lot better engine than what we had at Talladega. I know the guys, like I said, they worked really, really hard. I lost less than 100 RPM in each corner. I think I lost like 72 RPM in one corner and 80 RPM in the other. So, we couldn't have got the car freed up any much more than that. I think, aero-wise, it was pretty good. We just have to have some ponies under the hood.
Yeah, I mean, and going back to you tweeting, that you were at the shop and your guys were rushing to, you're going to take a different car to Talladega than Daytona, which I kind of thought, okay, this is good. Possibly a newer car, you found something from Daytona, and then to go to Talladega and to just miss it by literally hairs, to get across that line. So, and that's, it's a long way to go to come all the way back home. So, and 2 weeks, obviously.
Sure, and Talladega is similar to some of the short tracks we've seen in years past, that it's the easiest way to make up positions or points with maybe an inferior race car. And not that our race car is bad, but, once you're still going against the Hendrick and the Gibbs and the teams that have a lot of technology and a lot of sponsorship dollars, you can still go out there and be a middle of the pack, front of the pack car, just because the draft does so much, and it comes down to luck. I mean, the front row cars don't have huge sponsorship by any means, and last year had very good success. I think David Reagan finished in the top 10 again this race. So, anything could have happened. Obviously, you could get caught up in a wreck, but I think we would have probably been taking it easy and could have avoided most of that.
There's definitely a crapshoot. It's important for everybody to put the rally hats on, put them on the right way, and like you said, let's go back to what we had success doing, and let's hope the show brings you good luck. I always wanted to go to Talladega, and I always thought, thank God it wasn't this weekend, because every time I seem to show up, I'm like, oh my God, I'm cursed.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you weren't there, because then you would never get to go to a race ever again. So now
Exactly.
We've dismissed the theory that you're the bad luck, but we're going on to. Moving on to Darlington, a racetrack I really enjoy. It's one of my favorite racetracks. It's a racetrack that you stand on the gas. If you have a good handling race car, that usually makes up for some of the horsepower flaws. So, I'm, not that I'm still not concerned about qualifying, because I think we're going to have a lot of good cars. A lot of these teams are really spending some money and putting a good effort forward. And it's a lot of competition for us. And, most of these teams are leasing engines from, if it's Roush Yates or some of the engine builders that have been around. And, I know that we've been working on a little bit of R&D with some things to try to make our engines better. And we have to do that in order to continue making races and try to grow this team, for a first-year team.
Exactly. Now, the important thing is that Darlington, obviously known as the Lady in Black, it's not too many people making around without hitting the wall, scraping the wall, rubbing the wall, whatever you want to call it. How much different has it become coming out of turn 3 as you slide up towards the wall now that the safer barrier is there? Does it really change the style of how you're exiting the corner or entering the corner?
No, the lines really haven't changed a bit, which was funny to me, because I ran just a couple times on the old racetrack before they repaved it, and there's nothing different. I mean, it's the widest racetrack I think we go to as far as in the corners from the inside wall to the outside wall. But it's by far the most narrow for an actual racing groove. I mean, once you enter turn 3 in the race, you're actually drive down on the flat going in the corner. Sometimes it helps the car turn. So it's funny the lines that you end up choosing there. But, it's a racetrack. You spend the most time on the throttle through the corners. There's not a racetrack that's more fun than turns 1 and 2 at Darlington, because, you basically drive in, you lift just for a split second, no brake, wide open, all the way against the fence. You kind of lift just a little bit to get the car turned, and you hammer down across the bottom up to the back straightaway. And it can it's a white knuckled lap when you qualify really well there. And it's a place that definitely will keep you on your toes. And it's definitely not a place that I would want to make my my Cup debut. So I know that Miss Patrick's going to have her hands full when she gets to that place, because it's going to be fast.
Now, 46 cars are slotted to race. So if there is weather, the 49 will be in the show. So that's, we're not hoping for that. Obviously, you want to race your way in and get out there and practice. Is Nationwide running there this weekend?
The Nationwide is also running there. Obviously, if we were hoping for rain, we were hoping for it last week in Talladega. But the Nationwide will be running there with us. It is a pretty condensed schedule for both divisions, just because of it being Mother's Day weekend and us not running on Sunday, and thankfully not the long drawn out schedule we've seen here in weeks past, where we've been doing something at the racetrack on Thursday and Friday, and then sitting around all day Saturday.
I'm starting to see a lot of paint schemes for Memorial Day weekend show up on the web. Are you guys thinking about doing something a little patriotic? You're going to stick with, the America-Israel Racing, gold scheme? Any insight to that?
Nothing right now. I know that there's 2 different sponsors that have shown some interest that one of them could be a completely brand new sponsor that we haven't had on the car so far in 2012. So, I haven't heard the final on that. Obviously, that's still about 3 weeks away, but, it would be fantastic to have something on the car that would be patriotic like that, showing our support for, all the current and past people who have been in the armed forces and have gone out there and protected us.
Exactly. Going to your J.J. Ely Fantasy Sprint Cup pool, you sit 14th, just outside the top 10. Stellar year so far. Making slight little moves on the way up, going, a little different from what we've done in the past.
Yeah. Usually I'm at the back of the pool, so I'm in the waiting part of the pool. Normally I'm so far in the deep end that I'm SOL. But it's the biggest thing I think this year is this is the first time I've dropped my Mexican counterpart, Juan Pablo Montoya, who's really been lacking and obviously hasn't been a whole lot better for him this year. So glad that dropped him, like Tony Stewart would say, dropped the dead weight from the program, and things have looked a lot better. So it's I've made one more change just now, and I got one more that I'm staying on it a little bit better than I have in years past. Before, I've gotten so far behind before I realized that I may have chosen a guy that wasn't doing so good, and those are points you'll never make back up. So
it's incredible that all of the hype, we like to call it, that we've put into getting the pool built, and it grows and grows and grows and grows each year. So for everybody that hasn't joined, don't miss out on next year. I know we're a long way from there, but go to jjely.com early in 2013 to get a piece of this and win some great stuff. Speaking about jjely.com, what a facelift. Fans probably can't see it unless they look really close at you, but the website has changed. It's bright. I think it looks absolutely awesome.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been needing a change here for quite some time, and thankfully there's been a lot of people that have jumped on board to get that going, and Karen Tice, who runs everything there on the website and in my fan club, got everything looking really, really good. So I'm happy with the changes, and obviously we'll continue to make improvements as time go on, just trying to keep it a little bit more updated as well as keeping it more current with some of the technology going out there. So, I do have my flip camera that I've now got back in my possession. It's been staying at home with Kristen for her and Faith's little dance, hip-hop dance stuff that they've been going on during the week. So that's all done. Their recital was last week. So now it's back in my possession. So, if I'm going to go out to a dirt track and enjoy a little free time, or, Pocono, usually go to a go-kart track, maybe we'll enjoy and invite some fans out, enjoy ourselves, and shoot some videos. So we'll have some fun with it.
What else? We're heading into week 11. What do you got coming up? You're nationwide. Are you going to make the trip to Osh Weekend maybe this year? Other than golf, because I know you're going to do that every chance you can. So.
Right now I'm still not 100% sure of exactly what's going on. I know that there's some opportunities to run maybe some more nationwide races as the year goes on. Obviously I drove for Vision Racing there in Richmond, their maiden voyage with a brand new Toyota car. Cut down the tire,
nice
ate the fence. Yeah, it pretty much ended that car's life. It was pretty much destroyed. So I know that Adrian's working hard. He has another car there at the shop, get it put together. He's talked to me about possibly taking it to Charlotte here in a couple of weeks and shaking it down, and just kind of get some bugs worked out of it, and try to put a little more time into it than the thrash that went into running Richmond, and see if we can get a car that's going to work well. He can finish up trying to get some sponsorship stuff put together and come back and race it some more later on the season.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good to, be outside the box or inside the circle, however you want to look at it. But things are going good, and we look forward to seeing a strong Darlington run. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and somewhere near the checkered flag Saturday night. So that would be that would be a great restart to the second third of the season. So,
sure.
But I think that's it. Karen's got her hands up. She's like, I don't know. I just want to, because I'm not sure when we're going to get a chance to do this again. But I want to say thanks, for everything that you continue to do on and off the track, and do and support, your fans and everybody. It's you're quite the ambassador for the sport, and people probably don't really get to realize how much you're actually doing. And I want to just say thanks on behalf of everybody who can't, because keep plugging, don't get down, and you've stumbled before, but this is like you said, first year team coming out of the gate. It's not going to be always perfect, and second time around when you get to Daytona, that's when the season really begins. Take all that information you guys gained from the first half of the season and use it towards what you can do to carry on the momentum into the second half of the season. Secondly, I just want to say, yes, I want to say 4 weeks away from my huge ride to conquer cancer, 220 kilometers in 2 days. You like the Batman look or what?
How many miles is that?
That's 170, I believe.
Because it's still just a little bit more than half is the difference, right?
Yeah,
wow, that's a lot of ride. Because I tell you, look pretty thin. I thought it was just the camera angle, but
no, yeah. But you told me to lose the lead, and I couldn't sit in the car unless I was to shave. So
the stealth bike looks good. I like the bike.
Yeah, it's fast. I can tell you that. It's bad fast. So looking forward to that. We've raised almost $400,000 again this year. We've broken the $2 million mark in 5 years, for the Princess Margaret, for Princess Margaret Hospital. We've got our first media sponsor, which I want to say a quick shout out to, Toff and Melissa on the KX 94.7, FM New Country Music in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Glad to have a media partner for our team, and they've been overwhelming. I'll actually be doing a live bit with them on Thursday morning at 8:20. So we're going to present them with our team jersey this year, and I'm going to take my bike into the studio, and we're going to have a little bit of fun, hopefully. So I'll let them see what a 15-pound bike weighs. So
that's awesome. That's super awesome. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. We've can't do it without everybody. It's a joint effort, and we have 230 cyclists this year, and there'll be over 5,000 in the ride. So, again, we strive forward.
I'm awake.
Yeah.
I'm awake.
Wake up, Karen.
I'm awake. I'm just trying not to be rude. I can't be rude during that.
You're fine. We're all fine.
Oh, God. That's it. That's all I wanted to say, and I wanted to get it out before I absolutely forgot. And all the best to Darlington, and I hope we can do this again. And this, will reinstate that why we do this is because we got lots to talk about. So,
sure. We'll get it back on plan. It's back on track.
Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back. 'Cause we got him on the spot.